Record fiscal and monetary stimulus in 2020 has made a lot of investors bullish on gold. However, a recent article in ValueWalk by Arcadia Saron pointed to a potential bearish scenario for gold. Saron argued that the divergence between the monetary policies in the U.S. and the Eurozone may increase, which would support the U.S. dollar against both the euro and gold. And of course, if the dollar is up against gold, gold would be going down. With that in mind, let's look at a way or a couple of ways we can hedge gold via one of the most popular gold ETFs, GLD. First, we enter GLD in the portfolio on our iPhone app, and then we enter a number of shares. Here I'll enter 1,000. And then we enter the largest decline that we're willing to risk over the time frame of our hedge. Here I'll enter 10 for 10%. Next, we decide what the time frame of that hedge will be. We can pick anything from later this month all the way out to January of 2023. For this example, I'm going to stick with our default, which aims for hedges closest to those expiring 6 months out. I tap Find Optimal Hedge. And here we're presented with the optimal put options to protect against a greater than 10% decline in GLD between now and March 19th. As you can see, the cost of this hedge, calculated conservatively at the ask. In practice, you could often buy and sell options at some price between the bid and ask, was $3,700 or 2.02% of position value. Now, if we're willing to cap our possible upside, we can potentially lower that. Let's see what would happen if we're willing to cap our upside at 10% over the same time frame. I tap Find Optimal Hedge again, and this time I'm presented with an optimal collar to protect gold again, or GLD, against a greater than 10% decline over the next 6 months, while not capping our upside at more than 10% or at less than 10% over the next 6 months. And here the net cost was negative, meaning we would collect a net credit of $1,960 when opening this hedge, assuming, to be conservative, that we bought the puts at the ask and we sold the calls at the bid. That worked out to a net cost as a position value of negative 1.07% of position value. You can play around with this and enter different parameters, but as you can see, it can be fairly inexpensive to hedge gold here, which may be worth doing if the bearish scenario comes to pass.